so inspired to be here today. As we said, we go many years back, and I have good memories of multiple WIN events. I always think it's fantastic to see so many ladies and some brave men be together here to really inspire each other. Because, you know, no matter what the weight on our shoulders is, it should never be difficult to lift each other up. And that's exactly what we're doing here. And so I'm inspired and excited to be here. So today Kristin asked me to talk about leading differently. How can we lead in business to create a world that is more sustainable, more peaceful? And that's exactly what we aim to do at Medela. And the title of this presentation is actually Leaving a Legacy to be Proud of. And that's really what we have anchored in our vision, in our mission. And that's what we are trying to achieve every day. So maybe on the next slide, you see a few facts about the company. If you don't know us, maybe some of the ladies here have used our products, our breast pumps, our breastfeeding support. But we are a Swiss-based, family-owned company. We have been celebrating our 60 years last year. And our core competency has really been medical vacuum that we mostly apply to support moms on their breastfeeding journey. So we offer breast pumps and everything that is needed to make this journey a little bit more easy and hopefully successful. And we do this both for consumer products as well as hospital-based products. So we also are present in maternity wards, NICU wards, with vacuum-assisted delivery, feeding products, enteral feeding products, really everything around breastfeeding and really supporting moms. We are present around the world. Actually, we have our subsidiaries in 20 countries, but we are present in more than 100 through our distribution networks. And our biggest part of the business is actually in the United States. So on the next slide, you will see our mission statement. And Kristin already shared it with you. And our mission is really to turn science into care to nurture health for generations. And if you think about it, breastfeeding and the benefits of mother's own milk carry through generations, support mom, baby, and the future generations to come. And that's really why we have chosen this as our mission. And how we do this is really science-based. So we invest a lot of research into understanding lactation, breastfeeding, content, preservation of mother's own milk. And we really listen also to our customers, observe natural behavior to really take all these elements to make the best possible products to support moms. And for us, you know, we are a family-owned company. We are, of course, also financially driven, but our most important number is really what you will see on the next slide, which is the number of customers we serve every year. And we are very proud, and that's really how we communicate also to our employees. And this is just the number last year. We were able to impact more than 14 million moms, patients, babies, and support them on their journey. So thank you. Thank you. So, but you know, we are a business, of course, and to be honest, we are mostly present in developing countries. And so as a management committee and together with our board, we have been sitting together and say, okay, how can we contribute more, go beyond, do more than our regular business and see where are the areas where we have a competence that can have an exponential impact on the broader society, on the world that is around us. And so in 2020, we created a new program, and you see that on the next slide, called Medela Cares. We joined UN Global Compact and, of course, subscribed to the Compact Principles and the UN Sustainable Development Goals, and really thought about where can we contribute, and we call it really to leave a legacy that goes beyond our business, that we can all be proud of. And we have chosen to focus on 3 pillars. The first one is people. And it's all about champion equality, diversity, and inclusion. Also, of course, safeguards human rights across the value chain and foster personal growth and well-being. Then we have the planet pillar, where it's really about sustainability, innovating with sustainability in mind and minimizing our impact. Now, the good thing is that actually just by supporting moms in breastfeeding journey, we have a positive impact because the ecological impact of formula milk is multiple times higher than anything of that we can generate with the products that we have to support moms. So it's already a good thing, but we want to go beyond and really look at having a minimum impact on our planet. And then we also want to advance society in a broader sense. As I said, we're mostly present in developed countries, and we wanted to look at what can we do with our knowledge, with our products, with what we know best to support developing countries, and more in particular fight infant and maternal mortality. Very important for us, and we think that we can actually contribute there. So let me just show you on the next slide how we champion diversity, equity, and inclusion. Of course, we are a company that is dedicated to women, to empowering women. And so this is, of course, deep anchored in our DNA. And we have a lot of activities that we do there. And we have also specified them in our goals, you know, how we want to have diversity also in our senior leadership team, inclusion, and again, making sure that we sustain, that we have, we safeguard human rights and labor rights across our value chain. Then here you see our 2025 goals when it comes to planet, renewable energy, minimizing our impact, reducing plastic waste, and then our societal goals. We want to have an impact in reducing infant mortality for 13,500 infants. And we do that by training midwives in the countries who need it the most. So I will talk about this. And then we are also supporting the most vulnerable infants, premature infants, with our technology and enabling more moms to provide breast milk to these infants. So these are our goals, and we have published them. Every year we publish our UN Global Compact report, and it's a great way to have this discipline as a company. You know, sometimes you have a good year, sometimes you have a bad year. This is anchored in what we do. We have a public commitment, and this is exactly what we measure ourselves against, and I think that's a really, really important point. So when it comes to diversity and inclusion on the next page, you will see that we are doing a lot of things inside of Medela. Of course, we want to create role models. We were talking about this, you know, in the previous session, what you see, how you can identify young women who are aspiring to have a broader career. They need to see role models above and really have this strong mentoring and support. We are really anchoring this into our culture and making sure that we support moms with the right programs. I also wanted to mention we have started something which we also call Second Chance. We talked about this morning, you know, about education. I'm talking about second chance after maternity leave. If you have been extensively on, maybe taken a time out, a few years out, it's extremely difficult to come back into the workplace. And we want to enable this. So we favor women who give them an opportunity to interview, maybe find a new job again after being out of the circuit for a number of years, which usually becomes extremely difficult. So these are some of the things that we do. And of course, we measure our inclusion and our diversity scores. We have received a number of awards for this. But again, here we were thinking, what can we do beyond? You know, how can we go outside of the walls of Medela? And on the next page, you see some of the programs that we support externally. So one of our programs is called KIN, and it's a program in the United States that we offer to big employers. We have Amazon, AbbVie, Abbott, who are supporting moms who come back after their birth, after having given birth, and want to be able to continue to breastfeed, but also to manage this new world as being a mom. And so we have a complete support program, which includes lactation rooms, but also support, 24/7 lactation service, products. So really enabling this and making the transition as easy as possible, because a lot of women lose that career step when they come back after having given birth. So that's really important for us, and bringing women back to work and enabling this continuous development. And then we also want to be advocates, you know, knowledge exchange like we do here today. We work with WIN. And we also work, very interesting, I was sharing this with one of the panelists here, with surgeons, cardiothoracic surgeons. Think about a female surgeon. how easy it is to climb the ladder there, and how she needs to always specify, I'm not the nurse, I'm actually the surgeon, right? So this is the reality that surgeons are facing. And so there's a lot of interest in learning more about leadership, women in leadership, and how you can drive personal growth. So we try to do that. Then on the next page, I think wanted to share just one example of our planet pillar work, where we are really looking at all the plastic packaging. And to be honest, I was shocked myself to see how much plastic we do actually have in some of our packaging. And so we are going after this to really reduce this. This is a great example of how we have been able to reduce plastic packaging, the material, but also the transportation, minimize transportation in terms of CO2 emissions, finding a better supply chain, not only looking at cost, but also looking at shorter supply ways. And so by there, really reducing also our environmental impact as we do business. So thank you. And I tell you, if there's something that COVID has told us, is to rethink supply chain in general. And I think actually preserving the planet and preserving supply can be a win-win situation. And so I encourage a lot of companies to do that. And then the last element is really around society. And as I said, we have been thinking, you see that on the next page, how we can make an impact with our knowledge. And we have been looking at, especially infant mortality and malnutrition, but also maternal mortality. And if you look at the statistics, the highest rates are actually in sub-Saharan Africa, where you see still a lot of moms who die giving birth, and a lot of infants who die in the first 20 days after birth. Why? Because maybe they have been exposed to contaminated water instead of breast milk, or because mom didn't have the right assistance from a midwife or the right products available. So we have been partnering with Lerda Global Health, with the Wellbeing Foundation Africa. We are now partnering with Green Lamp to educate midwives in the most vulnerable countries. Ethiopia, Democratic Republic of Congo, Rwanda, Burundi. That's the areas where we go in. We offer very simple products that can be used in rural environment and that can be educated easily on, so that these midwives can really save lives. And that's how we want to have a broader impact. So that's some of the activities we are doing, and we are very proud to do that in partnership with NGOs, but also in partnership with other industries who are like-minded, and together we can have a much broader impact. And that's what you see in the video, which is really the end of this presentation.